Friends, well, the Kremlin has just made an absolutely outrageous statement. No one expected this, especially against the backdrop of the Munich conference and the preparations for the next round of negotiations in Geneva. They announced that firstly, they are ready to wait without shelling. On election day, that is, on the day of voting on election day, they will not shell Ukrainian territory. And immediately after that, the Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs announced that, accordingly, it is ready to discuss with the US the issue of temporary external administration of Ukraine under some kind of aegis. How are we supposed to interpret this? I don't know. Does this mean we are incapable of choosing our own government, incapable of running our own country? Apparently, in Moscow, they believe that elections need to be held in Ukraine. And if the results don't satisfy them, then there will be external administration under some aegis. This is the Security Council, which includes Russia and China. Very interesting. In reality, what kind of election result would satisfy them? The one in which they are given at least the Donetsk region. On my Telegram channel, Sazonov Official, I described this in detail. I posted an article an hour ago about the situation on the front in the Donetsk region and reposted it. Who uses Facebook? Kyrylo Sazonov, if you're interested, read it. But in short, they haven't had any successes at all. Around Konstaka from the south and southeast, they've been fighting for 2 years already. And to take the urban agglomerations from south to north, Kostiantynivka, Drushkivka, Kramatorsk, Sloviansk. It's not just taking a long time, it's taking forever. There have been attempts to storm, attempts to reach Drushkivka by cutting off Konstaka. All without any result. Now they're trying to infiltrate in small groups, 3 people at a time, sneaking past our positions. But there haven't been any particular successes there either. These groups are detected and neutralized. There's a major mega project to reach Sloviansk from Ryazan, covering the entire agglomeration. But even there, along the Bakhmut-Sloviansk road and from Dronivka, they're advancing only about 500 meters a week. This will also take years. In other words, they won't be able to complete the operation by spring, and the economy is putting pressure on them. In other words, Russia is trying to apply diplomatic pressure because it can't capture the Donetsk region on the front lines. Ideally, right now, to achieve anything in the Donetsk region, they would have to concentrate everything there. That is, just as they concentrated forces near Bakhmut, just as they did near Avdiivka. They would have to throw all their forces at a single sector. But Kramatorsk alone is much larger than Bakhmut and Avdiivka combined. And if they move all their forces from other directions, since they have no internal reserves, it will end with Ukrainian counteroffensives in those areas. Yes, and we can redeploy as well. So it turns out that Russia needs at least the entire Donetsk region right now. And they can't capture it. Diplomatically, Zelensky has already said no as well. So they're looking for options. The key question is, why do they need the Donetsk region? It's so they can advance further from there. In 6 months, in a year, it doesn't matter, there will be a provocation. They'll say that Ukraine has violated all agreements, and they'll claim they're forced to go on the offensive. It's obvious that the Donetsk region is not the limit of their ambitions. In general, they can't and don't want to tolerate Ukraine next door, a country whose history, names, and everything else they've stolen. And the talk about external governance is from the same playbook, to install a loyal president in Kyiv. So as you can see, this is the answer to everyone who says, just give Putin the Donetsk region, and he'll calm down. He won't calm down. Such myths have existed since 2014 and ended in 2022. He wants much more. And especially now, we see that despite all the talk, despite all the supposed leaks about what would satisfy them, just Donbass politically, and there's no talk at all about amending the Russian constitution to remove Kherson and Zaporizhia regions from it. It's all simple, it's all obvious. Everything is clear as day. That's why we'll have to keep defending ourselves anyway. And until Russia loses this war, until it is forced to negotiate as things stand, it's pointless. There will be no compromises. No matter what is said at the Munich Rubicon, no matter how hard we try to bring Europe back to the negotiating table, Russia is not ready for negotiations. They still believe in themselves for now. But we are holding the line in Donetsk region, and they won't get it. I'll say it again, even that. More details are on Telegram and Facebook. I'll provide the links in the video description. Subscribe to this channel to stay up to date with the latest news. Everything will be Ukraine.